Welcome,
Oh, boy.
guys, gals, and non-binary pals, to our very merry holiday episode. We are so excited to have you here. We are going to be doing mostly shenanigans for a couple hours, so welcome. It's going to be so cool. Players, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourselves? I'm Brooke. I'm going to be the game master today. I've been in lots of things, and you should look me up if you haven't seen me at brookthornton.actor. I've been on here a lot. You guys probably know who I am. Okay.
And I'm Chunk. I've also been here a lot. I'm playing Sir Trunkinston.
Put an N in there that isn't in there.
Trunkiston.
You wrote it.
Trunkiston. It's hard to say. Why did I pick this name? It looked good on paper.
It does look good up here.
You will learn about me later, but that's not my name. That's me.
Hi everybody, I'm Cucumber. I live here, and I'm playing Squirts.
Hi, my name is Kenny. I'm playing Rusty. And we'll get into the meanings, I guess, later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we're playing a lovely holiday one-page RPG called Naughty or Nice. It was created by Partially Cyber. It's a tribute hack of lasers and feelings by John Harper.
I like tribute hack. What a great phrase.
It
It's
is.
adorable.
It's a really lovely phrase. I quite enjoy the use of that term. So yeah, we're all going to be playing, I guess it'll become pretty clear, but we're all going to be playing misfit toys, and we're going to theoretically try to save Christmas, but I don't know, your motivations, as we previously discussed, seem a bit mixed, so we'll see what happens. We have a lot of naughty on that side of the table and a lot of nice on this side, so we'll just see
Nice.
if we can keep it balanced or not. I don't know. But all of that said, 'twas the night before Christmas, and all through the island of misfit toys, not a creature was stirring. However, moments ago, you'd received the news, Christmas is in peril, and you're the only ones to save it.
Oh no.
So players, why don't you go ahead and introduce the toys that we created?
Well, I'm Sir Trunkinston, like I said before.
What was that?
Trunkiston. Oh, Kinston, I'm saying.
Let's do it again.
Trunkiston.
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 I am a spotted elephant, like a little like stuffed animal situation there. I'm more on the naughty side of the scale over here. And do I need to say my goal, or is that for
What about
later?
your miracle?
My miracle, I can conjure mistletoe.
Sick.
Amazing.
Yeah, and your goal.
And my goal. I have been in love with Mrs. Claus for a very long time, and I'm gonna shoot my shot.
Does she know?
Are you like this big?
Yeah, I'm like that big.
Okay.
But
Got
I have
it.
a really long trunk.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's start early,
Yeah,
I
'cause-
guess.
What?
Christmas toys.
Okay, Squirts, why don't you introduce
Hey,
yourself?
it's on the paper, all right? Hi, I'm Squirts. I'm Squirts! I'm a water pistol that squirts jelly.
Oh, children, earmuff your
And my
ears.
Christmas miracle is, I can make someone's heart grow 2 sizes. And my.
You can do that voice the whole show?
You're damn right.
God.
My goal is to cast down Santa.
Okay. Oh. Okay, Rusty.
Whoa.
It only took one for me. I love that. Didn't have to try very hard at all. Okay, Rusty.
I am Rusty the race car, the toy race car. My Christmas miracle is I can summon a snowball.
You can snot snowballs.
I can summon a snowball. My goal is to deliver all the Christmas presents.
All
I'm
of them?
fast.
Yeah.
You are fast.
You're a speedy boy. In fact, that is your big encumbrance, isn't it? Is that you literally can't stop.
I can't stop going.
You just go and you go and you go.
Yeah.
And did you already say miracle?
A miracle.
Yeah, they
I
create.
remember it.
Yeah, that's summon
Snowballs.
Summon a
You did
snowball.
say it.
Summon a
Okay,
snowball.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got mistletoe, snowballs, and heart growth. It's gonna be great.
Did you say your goal?
Okay, what's
Yeah.
your goal?
To deliver the
deliver, yeah.
toys. You guys just don't like listening to Kenny when he talks.
Hi, I'm Kenny. I live here too.
We stopped listening very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So here we are. And then I, as the GM, have already made some rolls. And I think So I had to create a threat that wants to do something to a specific thing, which will ruin Christmas. But I think all of my things that I've rolled will become apparent as we carry on.
Well,
So
congratulations.
I know. That's the second time that you've used this joke with me, Cucumber. You have to get some new material. Okay. So players, let's create the North Pole.
Yeah.
The North Pole was where you were all created before your exile. You knew it well. So as a group, please pick one advantage. You have contacts on the inside, you know the ins and outs, you're reindeer whisperers, you know predictable shift schedules, or you have workshop blueprints.
I want to know the ins and outs.
All right.
Oh, but I guess, sorry, this is a group.
Yeah,
one, right?
yeah.
So
Maybe
you guys-
discuss that with us a little bit.
I thought we each got one. My bad.
Yeah.
Again, not listening.
Ins and outs. Great. Yeah.
What does ins and outs mean?
Exactly.
Well,
I
you
think
see, when
it's
a
just...
daddy North Pole and a mommy North Pole.
Oh, God.
You're told that doesn't know anything about like the birds and the bees. You know, you just,
Yeah, you can be whatever you want, Kenny. It's a
no,
role-playing
not me.
game.
I mean, Sir Trunkenston.
It's a what?
A role-playing game? What
A
did I say?
what? I've never heard of such a thing. What
Oh,
even
I
is
see.
that?
It's fuckery, is it?
Yeah.
The choice was fuckery.
Okay, so know the ins and outs would be like you guys have a pretty strong general knowledge of the North Pole. So there's not
No.
like a...
But we don't have to land on that. That was my
think
pitch.
that's- I think
That was
that's
my
good.
Well,
pitch.
that's what
So
you
it's
wanted.
more like-
I
Oh my
just
God,
thought
don't
that's
be
what
a
we had to do.
child chunk. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
Ins and outs sounds good.
Guy,
All right.
All right, let's go.
So yeah, you guys don't have necessarily a specific prop, but you do have like a really good general knowledge of the North Pole.
I'm always zipping around. I'm like, yeah, I know the
Knowledge.
rules pretty well.
Sure. Yeah, you know the traffic patterns like the back of your like the back of your carburetor. Okay. Also, pick one problem: constant snowstorm, snow pixie infestation, or abominable snow monster.
Low gas mileage.
Ooh.
I
I mean,
real.
constant snowstorm, that could be an advantage. You should know, I mean.
It's supposed to be a problem, though.
I know, but it could be an advantage.
Snow pixie infestation.
What's a snow
Yeah,
pixie?
that's what I want to know.
I guess we'll just have to find out if that's what you pick.
Discover what that is.
See, in the
Sure.
world of pretend,
Okay, snow pixie.
snow pixies.
All right.
So
What, you guys want me to create a bunch of tiny little adorable little snow fairies?
running
How
over
dare
them. I'm
you?
going too
I'm so
fast, back and forth.
offended.
I'm just picturing little fuckers like in Labyrinth. that
Yeah,
they're
they
gonna
do-
have little fighters.
Yeah, exactly. I just front of my bumper, you know.
They're so annoying.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is dark, you know.
That's awesome.
It slowed me down.
And like the skull would be to scale. I think that's boss. That's so cool.
I need
Hardcore.
to get one of those bras to put in my car because it keeps spattering against my windshield. It's annoying. Does that get dark? I like dark.
Oh,
Un poquito. Okay.
there's a person in that street up there.
Okay.
Possibly a plow.
Briefly, I shall describe the mechanics for you guys. So each of you, the players, have selected a number which placed your characters on a scale of nice to naughty. Nice have high numbers and naughty have low numbers. Do you guys want to go ahead and let everybody know what numbers you picked?
2.
Which is the lowest?
2.
3.
That's
We're all
right.
a little naughty.
Yeah.
Well, you're right in the middle.
No, actually, because 4, 5 is upper, and then 2, 3 is the lower. So I'm in the middle.
Oh, okay, I see, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
What's 6?
We can't do 6.
Unavailable.
6 is a crit nice, and 1 is a crit
Crit
bad.
nice.
Angel.
Oh.
Yeah, so
What a
those don't
sweet
exist on the scale for misfit toys.
I
You're
know
always
like
a
3
little
people
gray.
who are a crit nice, and they're
Yeah,
rare, I
right.
tell you.
Yeah, very rare kind of
They
person.
make me feel bad
Always
about myself.
treasured.
Right, I'm
Oh,
just like,
okay.
I'm such a piece of shit. Wow.
Like, damn, this sucks. Okay, rolling the dice. When you do something risky, roll 1d6 to find out how it goes. You also get an additional if you're prepared, and another additional d6 if something about your toy type sets you up for success. So I'll tell you how many you get to roll, and then you're trying to, if you're naughty, roll over your number. So most of you are gonna be, it should be pretty easy. You've got a pretty high chance of being able to roll over 2 or 3. You should be good. If none of your dice succeed, it goes wrong. If 1 succeeds, you barely make it. If 2 succeed, you do it well. If 3, you crit. You did so amazing and really awesome stuff happens.
Okay.
If, this is a cool mechanic, if you roll your number exactly, so if you roll 2, 2, or 3, you invoke the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. And you get a special insight into what's going on. Ask the GM a question and they'll answer you honestly. And they give a list of like some good questions you might want to ask. Such as, what are they really feeling? Who's behind this? How could I get them to do a certain thing? And helping. If you want to help someone else who's rolling, you can say how you do that. And make a roll. And if you succeed, you give them an extra dice.
Oh.
So,
I like presents.
yeah, maybe teamwork.
It's the season.
We'll see what
Jeez.
happens. Okay. So, as I was saying, my lovely players, 'twas the night before Christmas, and all through the island of misfit toys, not a creature was stirring, until on this fine Christmas Eve. Let's say let's say it's 6 or 7. It's pretty early in the evening. You know that Santa would be up in the North Pole right about now, just about to take flight for the evening. And you feel a shiver run down each of your spines if you have them.
I'm a gun.
Yeah. So you, Sir Trunkiston, hear a shiver.
Oh.
You feel a shiver. But you guys all, you hear like a whistling in the wind.
I misfire.
A little bit.
Sorry.
And you watch as the snow on the ground starts to pick up and it starts falling heavier from the sky around you, and a really big storm is starting to pick up. And you can hear just in like the very recesses of the breeze, you can hear just a little bit of laughter.
Oh my.
Uh-oh. And you are most certainly unnerved by this discovery.
Oh, I'm unnerved. Okay.
I would say you probably are. I mean, each their own. But this is unusual for Christmas Eve, and you know that a big storm like this, if it weren't for Rudolph, and even with him, really, they might have real trouble taking off this evening.
I knew he was ineffective. Santa should hear of halogen by this point in time. Yeah. Ooh, I'm used to hearing the ho-ho-ho's on the wind. I'm not used to hearing inviting naughty laughter.
Oh no!
The whole game,
I
really.
don't like the sound of that.
Oh good, you can't talk. I was really nervous. You were just gonna do that the whole game.
Like Kenny, you have to just guess what he's saying.
I'm gonna break everything just to mention there was that one time I played a Loxodon and I could not make the trunk noise. I was just so sad about it.
That was a really good one. I will commend you on your elephant noise. It was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, I've been
Especially
practicing.
for a little toy spotted elephant.
Yeah.
It was really accurate.
Thank you.
Ooh, I want to find the source of this voice.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you roll a d6?
Okay.
And since everyone's here, if you guys want to try to help out the squirt gun, depending how he does,
I'm a water pistol.
excuse me, the water pistol.
Thank you.
Okay. Then you guys can roll to help out too.
Okay.
Are you both helping out?
Yeah.
Oh, they're rolling their own?
Are you guys rolling or am I rolling for you?
Or am I
We're
adding,
rolling.
Or am I adding
okay.
to my roll? How does this work? I'll roll.
So we were trying to find out what the noise is.
Yeah.
I guess I can turn my headbeams on. How can I help you?
Is this a naughty or a nice move?
This, well, considering how intrigued you were by the naughtiness of the laughter.
Thank
I'll give
God,
it to
I got
you.
a 6. I got a
Okay.
6.
Good.
Nice. That's critical success, right?
No, so like crits in this system are when you hit your own
Oh,
number.
never got it.
Yeah.
It's a success. Got it.
So, but that is one success on the board.
Ooh.
Anyone else want to
Well,
roll?
I
I'll do
rolled my number.
5.
3.
You rolled
Success.
3?
Yeah.
Okay, so you crit and you two also succeed. Incredible.
We're so good.
So, Trunkiston and Squirts, you guys understand immediately.
Excuse me. It's Sir Trunkinston.
Oh, pardon me.
Trunkiston, I thought.
Pardon
You keep throwing that in whenever you like.
Okay, Sir
There's still time. You want to run to
Trunkiston.
the computer?
Okay, Sir Trunkiston, I'm so sorry. You and Squirts hear that this laughter on the wind, obviously you come to the conclusion that this is something supernatural. And like just as the idea is forming is in your brain, Rusty, you immediately see in the headlights of your race car as you're zooming through this storm, unable to stop, you see the outline of a familiar supernatural figure. White hair, blue skin, white fingertips, and frost all about him. He wears a akimbo kind of elven white and blue hat, and snow seems to emanate from his very presence. You see Jack Frost, just a little ways off.
Oh, that guy's cool. Hey guys, you guys see Jack Frost over there?
Ooh-wee! Akimbo is one of my favorite words!
That's all I got.
So yeah, you guys know that I'll give this to you for free. Jack Frost has a little bit of vendetta's a strong word. He has negative feelings toward Mr. Claus.
So he and I are friends.
Maybe the main thing that you seem to understand about Jack Frost's kind of disposition towards Mr. Claus is there's a level of like jealousy there. That's kind of what you've always gotten a sense.
Okay. So it's like he's not a physical form. It's like it says in the breeze. Like, do we see him? Do I see him?
So you see like a kind of elven-looking form, but it's a ways off, and you know that he has the capacity to kind of flurry into that, like do whatever it is that he sees as necessary.
Hey guys, you wanna go and like squirt Jack Frost?
Hey.
I bet we can get it out.
I squirt when I want, thank you. You don't get to choose when I squirt.
That's why I was asking you. Jeez, gosh.
I hop in when he comes back around, I hop in the passenger seat.
Let's go.
Yes.
What about you, sir?
I'm in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, maybe you grab on with your trunk and he like drags you behind.
Oh, I like that better, yeah.
Okay.
So as we're gonna like shoot towards him, just like trying to do like a little prank.
Mr. Frost!
I scream as we drive up. There's like,
Mr. Frost!
yeah, there's like wind like shooting in my barrel, so I kind of sound like a flute when I talk.
Watch this! I conjure a snowball. I want to throw it at him.
Oh, sure.
What?
Okay.
You're attacking?
I want to talk to him!
Roll a
Well,
d6.
you do what you did.
And because you're using your power, you get 2.
so
And
I
this is
like-
definitely naughty.
I let go of the car immediately.
I'm going really fast. So I know.
Patreon?
So I'm going to roll higher than our.
You want to roll higher
So we got 2 successes.
than 3. Okay, 2 successes. Great.
Dos.
So you do it well. Good job. Okay, so you throw you launch your snowball.
Maybe it's like the Fremen. It's like the equivalent of like giving your bodies water. You're like giving some snow to the snow guy.
It's some fun. It's kind of like a prank. I'm trying to
Sure. Some of it kind of bounces off his shoulder, but the rest he literally like it impacts and it looks like it doesn't even hurt, and he like absorbs it in, and he grows like just a little bit bigger.
He's so cool.
Ooh, Mr. Frost!
And he like looks menacingly, and you're like, excuse me.
I've been a long time, Mr. Frost. Remember me?
And I like shoot some orange marmalade against the nearest tree.
And the storm calms for just a moment so he can get a clearer picture of you guys.
I sense that you're fucking with Mr. Claus just a little bit. Is that true?
If only you knew, little friend. If only you knew.
I want to depose that tyrant, and I'd love to help you, Mr. Frost.
You want to depose Mr. Claus.
He's a tyrant of holidays.
What does depose mean again?
I want to tear him down.
Like throw him away?
I
Get
want to
rid
pull
of
him
him.
off his fucking pedestal.
Oh.
He's not in charge of all of holiday giving. That's a job for everybody.
Yeah.
He's made himself the face. He doesn't have to be the face. We can all
Yeah.
contribute,
And
you
what
know?
doesn't need to be the nose either. I mean, look at the snowstorm. You can't even see this. Look at my headlights.
Yeah, and he's so busy. Mrs. Claus is so lonely.
So lonely.
What?
She needs some new company.
Hard left turn. I don't.
I consider a lot of people in my thoughts, Mr. Frost.
Okay. Listen, you guys are all really cute, but I do
know.
have some of my own business to attend to.
Like
Well,
what,
maybe-
Mr. Frost?
Maybe we can help you with your business.
Why don't whoever would like to? It seems like Squirts, you're leading the charge.
Okay.
Would you like to do a check to see if you can like convince him to bring you along on this journey?
Yeah, I want to be like in his belt, ready to fire.
Okay, I will allow that because you have established that perhaps you guys have like a previous knowledge of each other. You can roll 2 dice.
Ooh, sick. All right, and is this a nice or not?
This is naughty. You're trying to overthrow Christmas.
Damn right. Shit. It's a 2 and a 5.
Okay.
Wait, but that's a 2. 2 is good for me.
2 is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a crit and a
success.
and a bad.
Oh,
No, it's good because it's above because it's naughty.
Yeah.
wait, you guys, I totally misspoke.
Whoa.
Wow.
So it doesn't change anything that's happened so far, but Rusty, you didn't actually crit before. You did succeed, but instead what happened is you invoked the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future.
Oh.
So we'll resolve this as well for you, Squirts, because you just also did that.
Okay.
So, okay, what would you like to ask me about what's happened so far? Me, the ghosts of past, present, and future.
No, I want to know.
Glad you really understand RPGs.
So I want to know if Jack Frost. Like, I want to know why he's in town.
Okay.
Is that too much?
No, I think that's reasonable. I can give you an answer that's vague enough that it doesn't ruin the whole story.
Okay.
Okay. So he's revealed some of his motivations to you. And as you're listening and like you kind of hear these like whispering in the back of your ear, it feels very different than Jack Frost's voice. And you hear Mr. Frost has very naughty plans for this year. I don't know if he wants Christmas to happen at all. Oh. And then, Squirts, what do you want to know?
I want to know his plans specifically for Mr. Claus.
For Mr. Claus.
Yeah.
Okay. It seems like, okay, Jack Frost is someone who, for not being as well known as he probably would prefer, is very concerned with reputation. So you would guess.
Like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, sure. It probably has more to do with the disgrace of losing Christmas than the actual saving of or taking over of the holiday. He would much rather destroy Santa than make anyone else happy about anything that happened after. It's more about the glory of that. You would think. So yeah, you hear a similar voice. There's a long, long history there. Yeah, and that's the kind of the gist of what you're beginning to understand about.
Ooh, dark.
Yeah. But you do succeed in getting him to be like, okay, well maybe I'll bring you along on my plans. So he looks down at you guys, and at this point, as the storm grows smaller, Jack Frost grows bigger, taller, wider, broader, and he is almost like a snow giant at this point. And he says, very well. And you feel like as he speaks to you, ice, frost, snow shoots out in your direction from his breath. It's like almost like it's not even intentional. It's just the way that he is. He can't help how much magical force is bound up within his form. And so yeah, maybe like a little icicle is like hanging down from your trunk or from your rear view mirrors, or
forward,
yeah,
to come
you have the defrost on hard, and you're just like trying to wind wipe everything, everything away.
Am I right? Cool.
Yeah, Squirts, maybe some of your gears are like freezing up a little bit.
Yeah. Ooh,
Ooh,
clickety.
But he reaches down and scoops you all up in one hand, and as he closes his fist around you guys, your consciousness leaves this place for a moment, and you reawaken. Standing in the boughs of a lit Christmas tree, just on the very borders of the North Pole, where you can see thousands upon thousands upon thousands of teeny tiny little, they look like flakes at first, but then perhaps larger than average snowflakes. But then as you get a closer look, you can see gnashing little icy teeth and flickering little, very insect-like window pane kind of icy wings, and very pointed, jagged, icy figures known to you guys as snow pixies. They have two beady, glowing blue eyes. Those are the things that are most recognizable to you, where you're like, oh, that's how we discern right off the bat between just like snow and a pixie. And they are like Flight of the Valkyries is playing in the background as they swarm down over and just like overtake so much of the North Pole. You see elves like freezing up and falling over, and reindeer just like they're pulling on the reins trying to get out of here, but the snow and the ice and the freezing cold is so accosting they can barely move. The wind, they're fighting against it, and the pixies are nipping at them, their fur coming off in clumps, their antlers getting shaved down. Yeah, they look very, very frightened, but they're all attached to the sleigh and have nowhere to go. Mr. and Mrs. Claus stand together, like battle stance ready for two older people.
Sexy.
Mrs. Claus carries a giant candy cane sharpened off on one end.
I'm blushing real hard.
And Mr. Claus carries a giant hammer and a huge, like a saw, and he is slashing out like very. This is giving the Santa Claus from like Rise of the Guardians, like very Russian and badass and huge, like that kind of an older man, or maybe from Klaus, like just very large, intimidating presence. Not so much the portly, less intimidating, like kind of image that you might get from perhaps some of the Rankin Bass genre. We're mixing forms here.
Yeah, I like it. So the reindeers are getting worn down, like eaten.
Yeah, some of them are, and eventually the actual reins that they're attached to the sleigh with are damaged enough that they all just take off in different directions. Some into the air and struggling to keep their course aligned, and others just like booking it on hoof, trying to get out of there, hoofing it, if you will, to the stables.
All right.
Which, like, as you're watching as well, like the snow is growing higher, and like people are getting snowed into places, doors aren't opening, like fires are going out, like it's very chaotic.
I'm all for the royal fucking of Santa Claus, but I live to protect the deer and the elves. They're innocents. They didn't ask for this.
And the elves would have probably created each of you, right? And perhaps not even with malintent, like they thought they were being creative and making something different or interesting, and perhaps they might have even been disappointed to see that you were sent off to the Isle of Misfit Toys because for whatever reason either a child didn't want you or Santa just thought you wouldn't make a good fit or what have you.
Do I see my creator?
Roll a d6, or actually roll 2d6.
2d6.
And this would be considered nice.
I have a, shoot. When I fail, I have a 3 and a 4.
Can I help them?
You can try.
I'm gonna. Wait, are we there, or is it like? Are we seeing this like?
You're sitting in the bough of a tree nearby.
We're actually seeing it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
You cannot see Jack Frost. You don't know where he is.
Okay. I rolled.
He surrounds us. He penetrates us. He binds the galaxy together.
He's within all of us. I rolled a 5. I failed.
Oh no.
This is nice, right? Nice is if you get it below your
Yeah. So unfortunately, I think you guys are so panicked by the chaos below. It's really hard to make out anyone specific. You can just tell that it's really like high stakes.
I want to yell Santa. Santa, it looks like you're gonna need someone to pull your sleigh. Your reindeers are all running away.
Stop sucking Santa's dick, you jackass.
What? Don't kink shame me, okay? Jeez. You don't get who I select or what I want to select or whatever. It doesn't matter. Santa, I can help you out, buddy. Come on, let me do it. And then I'm like basically like super excited about the idea of like delivering all the presents and helping them, you know.
Okay.
I knew this guy was gonna be trouble when we
I
joined
want
the
to
So-
go for target practice. For
You automatically get 1d6 because you're wanting to use one of your skills, like as an incentive. I'll give you another. I wouldn't say you're prepared for this though, so that's just 2. Oh man, I feel like the motivation is nice though.
Is it?
So,
Okay, I guess so.
because
I
you
feel-
want to do
yeah.
something good for him,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah,
want to
I
try
do it for
to.
me. I want to like prove that I can do it. So it's a little selfish.
Okay. Well, I will say with selfish intent, let's call it naughty.
Okay. All right. Is it 2?
Sure.
Yes, 6 and 5.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So
Tie.
Santa looks up in your direction and
I'm like, when's your wiper waving?
yeah. Yeah, one of your little mirrors like like flashing your brights at him maybe. And
Sorry, Toy Story.
and he looks up in your direction and you know that you've gotten his attention and he says as he like slices through a large group of the frost pixies, he looks up at you and he says Rusty, very well. If you can help me with this storm, I'll consider your proposition. And he continues slicing through a number of these pixies.
I'm flipping them off from like standing behind Rusty.
Sure.
I'm just flipping
Do you have
Santa off.
fingers?
Yeah, double fingers.
Got it.
Two-handed.
Two hands.
Two-handed. But it's really hard to tell because there's just little stumps.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
start. I want to summon up my
It's the tiny,
jalapeno
it's
jelly.
like that. The tiniest little.
I want to summon up my spicy jalapeno
That's
jelly, and I want to
yeah.
start shooting some of these ice pixies out of the sky.
That is naughty, and it definitely has to do with something of the toy type that you are. So that's 2,
Okay.
and that's
It's a
yeah.
5 and a 3. Oh yeah.
Incredible. So yeah, as some of you've garnered a lot of the pixies' attention, and they do start turning towards you and like heading in your direction. You watch and you take out most of the horde that's heading towards you, but now that you've gotten their attention, like it's possible that you guys are gonna need to start helping out your pistol friend because there's
Yeah.
more pixies now heading in your direction.
I start summoning my mistletoe, like as they're coming towards me, summoning mistletoe right above so they freeze like they think we're gonna make out. And then I take my trunk and next.
Okay, roll, I guess 2d6, and this feels very naughty to me, to trick someone into thinking they're gonna have a great time and then snap their neck is very
Double
naughty.
six.
Double sixes?
Yeah.
Great. So okay, you take out another. It's funny because you would think after you do it 5 or 6 times that the pixies would be like, "Don't do it! Don't go over there! It's bad."
They just really want to make out.
No,
They're
these
like,
pixies are little
resist.
sluts. They all are running over in your direction, and you take out a very good pack of pixies.
Yes.
I'm gonna. How big are they? Are they?
Itty bitty,
Okay, so I want to like.
but you're small too.
Right. Oh yeah.
Compared to you, I would say like, average race cars maybe that big, pixies maybe that big.
Okay, and I'm like, I just changed my windshield wipers. Ugh. I want to like try to drive through them back and forth, killing them like gnats.
Oh,
or
sure.
big
MIB
butterflies.
opening bug splatter.
Exactly. Yeah.
Great.
So I'm zipping back and forth trying to.
2d6 naughty.
All right.
The big.
4s. 2 4s.
Oh, good job. Yeah, so you finish off the rest of the kind of army that was sent in your direction, and they just splatter everywhere.
Guts.
Yeah. And it seems for now you guys have turned the pixies' attention back towards the larger threat. And they're electing to be like, okay, like maybe we'll deal with this later. You guys seem kind of scary. And they have a job to do after all, so they're gonna do as instructed. You can see at this point, a pack of pixies manages to, like a bunch of ice moths, they just like destroy Santa's sack all at once. It just
Whoa.
like is obliterated.
But what about the presents?
And you watch as a number of presents fall out all over the snowy ground of the North Pole. And
Oh, Christmas.
you watch as the pixies now chittering in delight disappear. It seems as though they have served their purpose.
Oh.
And you'll have maybe a moment or two to try to react, maybe find someone who you're looking for, or do whatever it is that you want to do before I drop another bomb on you guys.
Unbeknownst. Oh no! Well, that's not good. We can't deliver the presents if they're all over the ground. Is Santa looking at this?
Santa and Mrs. Claus have almost been like avalanched by the number of presents. It's a very, very big bag of presents that was just destroyed. It's, thousands upon thousands, maybe millions of kids.
I run to help Mrs. Claus. I start taking presents off of them.
Okay, yeah.
I just stare down Kris Kringle.
I'm also trying to race, pick up one and drive away, race, pick up one. I'm trying to help.
Okay, so you two are working to clear it.
Yeah.
That'll be 1d6 for Sir Trunkiston and 2 for Rusty because you're trying to do it fast and you're a fast boy.
Okay.
But this is nice.
Okay. Oh boy.
2.
Okay. I rolled 1 3 and 1 5, so that's
2.
a success and a failure. Is that how does that work?
Nice, you want to roll below, so it does.
I was at 3, so I rolled.
Oh, 3. Oh, so you both rolled your numbers,
Yeah.
though. Okay, great. So you guys will get some insights, but you both did fail as well.
Okay.
So you guys, are trying to get through, and the just sheer mass of presents is too many for 2 tiny little toys to
My question
shuffle
is,
through.
Has Jack Frost ever tried to overthrow Christmas before, and if so, what happened?
You get an answer in your head, another female voice. Things of this nature have happened before, but never quite on a scale such as this. I suppose there is a first time for everything.
I'm listening to it on the radio.
Yeah. I suppose there is a first time for everything. And, that voice fades away. And what's your question? Yeah.
Is there a flavor that I know that Santa hates?
Oh, geez.
Like Vegemite? Can I make
Ranch.
Vegemite jelly?
Make it.
Sure.
Alright, I summon up my Vegemite jelly. I say, "Oh, hello, Mr. Kringle." And I'd like to fire my jelly into his mouth.
Wait, do it again.
Okay.
Fire. Do the motion.
I'm not your toy, sir.
Please.
2d6 naughty. And also, Sir Trunkiston, what's your question for me?
Yeah, I had a question that were before you. How's is Mrs. Claus happy in her marriage?
Oh my god! Okay.
Who's she like?
Mr. and Mrs. Claus are hundreds upon thousands of years old.
So she's bored.
No, I was gonna say if they didn't want to be together, there's plenty of other supernatural spirits she could go and find.
Yeah, not some spotted elephant.
Shoot your shot if you want, my guy.
I'm
But
gonna
I'm just
shoot it.
telling
I'm
you,
gonna
like
shoot
they've
it.
been together for a long ass time.
Yeah,
You know
maybe
what I mean?
She's ready for something new.
Maybe.
I'm portable.
I'm sure
It's.
they're in their relationship.
Yeah.
I'm portable.
Just attach yourself to a strap and let them work
Okay. So, Squirts, what did you roll for your Vegemite attack?
I got a 6 and a 1.
Great.
Yeah.
So 1 success and 1 failure on either end of the spectrum as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 die succeeds. Okay, so you barely manage it, and I inflict a complication, harm, or cost. Okay, so you you shoot your Vegemite over towards Mr. Claus, and And you get the sense that like not a lot of it made it through the sheer mass of the presence, but it was enough to definitely have him feel very perturbed by this.
Yeah.
And as they both finally manage to clamber their way out of this pile, he like wipes some of it out of his beard and just looks at you very angrily. And he looks at the three of you, and I will say the cost is like now perhaps you're not gonna have such an easy time getting what you want out of this person. Like, you've pissed them off and they're already having a bad night.
You mad, bro?
Squirt, like,
Are you a giver or a governor? You banished us. We're sentient beings.
It's not my fault if children want you or don't want you. I'm just a delivery person, okay?
Why couldn't you just stick us in a nice house, just like over there?
We could be living with the elves or something.
Is there infrastructure problems on the island of Misfit Toys? It's literally never been brought to my attention. I'm so sorry.
small. It's like 1,000 times. Going to circle. It's like it's tiny. This is bigger. This is more space. We need more space.
It's
It's filled with a bunch of uggos.
I mean, look at me.
I'm so sorry. I literally never had any.
Because you don't think about your subjects. You're so worried about the acclaim, you famous fuck.
And as you say that, you watch as Jack Frost from the other side of this mass of toys clambers up on top of the pile and stands triumphantly, a la George Washington in that one painting where he's got like one leg up on the boat and the other down there.
The crossing of the Delaware.
Yeah. Very that. As he stands up there, you watch a burst of magical blue, frosty energy overtake his form and shimmer down over the toys. And you watch as the paper grows wet and begins to tear and crumble apart. And the ribbons all kind of slough off all over the place. The tags virtually disappear. And you watch as as the toy pile gets smaller and smaller and smaller and eventually becomes a pile of papery mush, he floats triumphantly in the air, a fist on either hip, and
These toys suck.
surveys his work. And as he looks down at Mr. Claus, he tags on to the sort of slew of insults that you've thrown in his direction. And he just very simply says, "I don't think I could have said it better myself, gentlemen.
Ooh.
And now, I suppose all that there's left to do is to sit and watch while the children of the world see you, Mr. Claus, for who you truly are." And as he disappears, you watch as any of the elves who remained conscious before have all been sent now into like a kind of frozen, comatose state. The tips of their fingers bluing or icing over, and the tips of the nose, the cheekbones, ears, everything is just growing colder and colder and colder. And you watch them quite literally freeze over. So even if they wanted to try to recover these toys, all of the elves have been made inactive.
Oh, okay. So they're like those frogs that can freeze and come back. Like, they're not dead. They're just...
It's giving the end of Frozen. Like, you know, maybe if there was some true love, we could save them or something. We don't know. We don't know.
I love you all.
We don't know.
Faster.
In the spirit of Christmas, you guys are gonna have to at least save the one elf that you know that you're friends with.
We're all midnight.
I don't know if you give a shit about the rest of the
Check your
kids.
pockets. Stop kidding.
The children of the world. But at the very least, you've got at least one little elf that you want to save, probably.
Yeah. So, yeah.
As Jack Frost just begins laughing and disappears into the snowy ether.
So I'm looking at the presents. I'm like, I can't deliver these.
Yeah.
This is horrible. We have to save the elves. They can fix this. They can fix this. So what I want to do is I want to go like pick up at least one elf or try to, and drive them to where I think they'll be able to be. Like I'm gonna drive them to a fireplace to defrost them. So I know it's magic. So I have to drive them to like who can fix this? Who do I know can maybe like call them out?
Why don't you do? Well, okay. Are you trying to drag them around, or are you trying to figure out what to do
So
first?
I'm looking for like the head elf or the one who I recognize as like the one that maybe threw us out.
Elf is Santa Claus.
I guess so.
on.
But
His name's Bernard. No, there's so many head elves I could pull from in the lore of the many, many Christmas movies that exist. Let's see. I love Bernard. I love the like bearded one in Rudolph. He's hilarious and stupid. I love him. There's so many. I want to say these are, if Santa's the kind of more stern, ooky spooky Santa, let's make the elves quite cheery and sweet and lovely. Let's give them the Rankin Bass flavor of like the cute little pink dresses and the little blue outfits, and the head guy has the green one, and they're all like shorter than a human would be, and they've got the pointed ears and the jolly kind of hair and the hats and the feathers and everything. It's very sweet, very sweet looking elves. And although smaller than the average human, still much bigger than a toy.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to drag them around anywhere, you can certainly try, but you'll only be able to do one dice, and it's probably going to be nice because you're trying to help someone.
What is Mrs. Claus doing at the moment?
She, like, in anger, she just, like, snaps the candy cane weapon over her knee and tosses it aside, and she just, like, looks like she's about to, like, tear something apart, and she, like, storms off back towards the workshop to go and make some hot cocoa, I don't know, try to figure her life out. Like, she has to dig her way through the door, first of all, so it'll be a hot second if you want to try to catch her attention, but she's heading in that direction back towards the workshop.
I don't know if I want to be around her while she's so mad.
She looks very
I might give her a
angry.
minute to cool down.
Shoulder.
I mean, if she's got some aggression.
It's been 364
love.
days of preparation, and everything was ruined in 5 seconds. Like,
What day is this? Is this like?
it's Christmas Eve.
We're literally
Yeah, twice the night before Christmas.
Yes,
And all through the.
Now that I'm hearing it now, I remember that. Yeah.
It's Christmas
We heard it
Eve,
twice.
and as I also said before, it was like between 6 and 7. At this point, I would say now we're pushing 8:30, 9 o'clock. This is a late
He's
takeoff.
gone by now. Okay.
He should be out there. He should be halfway to China. Like, this is
Okay, so
not.
I asked Santa, like, what do you need from us, Santa? What can I do to help deliver these presents? What do you need me to do?
There are no presents to be delivered. I guess Christmas is canceled. And the elves, if you could hear them, would all be, no! The elves in their frozen forms, you just hear, no! Like, they all sound very upset, but they can't move their lips because they're frozen.
Jack Frost can like make them like go to mush. Gotta be something that can like reverse this power. Something that can reverse it.
Ah! Right, all the elves.
What if we just rewrap all the gifts ourselves? Alright, fuck me, I guess.
They were like mush though, right? Like,
Huh? Yeah, there are no presents to be
Oh,
found. It's a
presents are
pile of
destroyed.
like slush with
Hey
Christmas
guys,
wrapping.
we're presents. We could at least make 3 children happy.
That's a good
Ooh.
point.
Is one of those children Mrs. Claus?
I'm like,
She's a grown-ass woman.
Then I don't care about this plan.
with at least 10 presents by myself.
All right, we gotta warm up these elves. I would like to.
That's a good idea.
I want to hop in Rusty, and then I want to like try to like hook some loose twigs or something with my barrel as we like skid through the
fillet or
forest, so we
something?
can make like a bonfire.
Oh, bonfire.
And maybe
That's a good idea.
Okay.
thaw out them elves so they can get back to work.
I'll tell you what. There's actually an area where you know that on Christmas Day, after all the presents have been delivered, Mr. Claus throws a big party for all of the elves and Mrs. Claus and the reindeer and everyone to celebrate before they get started on the work for the next year. And at this party, there usually would be like a big bonfire. There'd be s'mores. There'd be all kinds of like really
Can you say
fun.
s'mores again?
Sure, s'mores.
Okay, sorry.
There'd be all kinds of really fun sort of holiday activities. Of course, everyone in the North Pole makes s'mores with peppermint bark because that's the best way to do it for the holiday season. You guys know that there is an assigned place where you could do that. So using that knowledge and your skill as a car, I'll say each of you can roll 2d6.
Okay.
But this is probably nice because you're trying to rescue these elves.
2 sixes.
That has to be naughty.
2 fails.
Oh boy.
2 fails.
Oh, I got 1 success. 2 to 4. So, 1 success, 1 fail.
Oh yeah. Okay. Great. So the rest of you fail miserably. You just
burn them to
don't.
death.
You try.
Too hot, too hot.
Throw a fire.
Oh, it's the barbecue, not the bonfire.
Yeah.
In the fire.
I think honestly, like you, Sir Trunkiston, like you really like to think of yourself as having elephantine strength, but
Yeah.
you don't. You're a stuffed toy, and you can't really manage to gather up more than like a couple twigs. Squirts, you try using like some of that like jalapeno jelly and some other stuff maybe to try to get this fire going, but unfortunately it seems like you're more like trapping the oxygen away from the fire than actually giving it something like an accelerant to try to help out. What's up?
Is there any sunlight right now? Oh, it's nighttime. It's never mind.
It's night.
I go night-night.
It's
Doesn't
night.
work. I had a whole plan.
Got it.
Another time.
Okay.
'Twas the night before
But you get your one
Christmas.
success. So you have, it's not a bonfire, you have like a fireplace-sized fire going outside.
Okay.
And
maybe we
some
get-
of the
I might
surrounding
get one, too.
snow is beginning to melt. And you watch as, I will give this to you, the elves, some of the snow is beginning to like melt off of some of their extremities.
Okay.
But even as they begin to like drip and stuff, it doesn't really seem as though they're getting any more mobile or getting any of their, like, it doesn't really seem like this is the right way to go about this.
Maybe I can trigger fight or flight, which will warm them up. I would like to unload a rapid fire into the sky like a 6-gun salute.
I will.
2d6 naughty.
Thank you.
I have a similar idea. I want to stand in front of them with my mistletoe and like do the make out face like a to see if they get warmed up because of excitement.
You gotta warm those extremities. Am I right? I got a 2 and a 5, so I'm a powerful. That's a powerful success for me.
You do it. And also your number's 2, right?
Yep.
So you get a question in just a second. And Sir Trunkiston, what's your plan? You're just gonna make out with people?
Oh no! I'm gonna give them the right before making out, see if they can turn them on hot and they get warm enough.
Oh, okay.
Turn them on, yeah, like get them excited for the kiss. I rolled a 6 and a 4.
Okay.
New category.
You succeed, I guess.
I don't actually touch them because I didn't ask for permission.
Sure. Okay. Well, they appreciate your understanding of
Leer at them.
where the lines of consent are.
Yeah, I got real creepy, but didn't cross the line.
No, sure. It's borderline.
You belong on the island.
We should leave you there. Okay, so yeah, you go around holding the mistletoe out with your trunk over all of these elves, and they don't seem to be paying much attention to you, but as the mistletoe goes out, you see a couple of elves start like eyeing each other. Like you can see like some of their connections like in this like social group and are beginning to like come to the surface. And so perhaps they are not quite so sensually excited by your advances, but a bit more they are reminded of the love in their hearts for their fellow
Flight mode.
man, woman, and the other such.
But I can't tell the difference, so I think they're turned on by my kiss.
Great. Yeah, sure. Either way, a little confidence boost. Squirts, what's your question?
What is the best way to save these elves?
To thaw a frozen heart. Okay. So also, what was it that you were trying to do before? Like, what did you roll to do?
I was rolling to trigger their fight or flight
That's
so that
right.
it would warm up their bodies. And
I'll
they would
tell
do-
you what.
Okay.
It's all gonna come full circle. So here's what happens. You shoot into the air like you What flavor jelly do you think you probably use for this?
Oh, into the sky. Let's see. What would be the gloppiest? Let me just say. It's a grapefruit marmalade.
Okay.
So like the rind chunks hit the snow loudly. And,
Okay.
And I fire it with like gusto.
Okay. So I'm trying so hard to describe this in a family-friendly way. I'm struggling. Okay.
So my gaping barrel hits more.
Don't say that. Please stop. What if any children watch this ever? You know you have kid fans, Cucumber. You know you do.
I sure hope not.
Please no.
You've got at least
Parents'
one kid
problem.
fan. Okay, so you you shoot your jelly into the air, and oh Lord, I should have just crossed it out on the options. Not have allowed you to see that was a choice you could make. Okay. Fine. You empty your load into the air. Jesus Christ, people. Everyone wanted me to say it. Okay. So here we are.
Everyone in the chat.
And
It's
you
a
watch.
little gloppy. I don't hydrate.
You opened the door.
It's a
You
little bitter
watch
too on the coffee.
as some of this jelly manages to this is so nasty manages to land on top of one of the nearby elves, and it kind of like drips down.
Oh, I really just wanted to make noises. This is all you, bro.
But you see as it begins to melt over her, and she sticks a finger in it.
No.
She tastes it. And she looks over in your direction and she says, Squirts? Is that you?
She knew.
And you see
By the taste.
as this little elven girl runs over in gleeful recognition and scoops you up off the floor and gives you a big hug.
No. What's her?
And
what's her
she's
name?
the one unfrozen elf, completely unfrozen elf in the group.
Is she my maker?
This is Jingle, your creator.
Jingle.
I know that glove.
Ooh, hi, Jingle. I'm so glad to see you up and about.
I'm so glad to see you're still using the weird, obscure flavors that I created specifically for you.
Oh, you've got no idea.
Okay.
Seriously.
Gosh, I sure wish there was a way that we could help all my friends here. I just don't know what we're gonna do. And as she's talking, there's a bit of a warmth that overtakes your little gun heart, and you're beginning to understand that the only way that Jack Frost he cast this spell using all of the hatred within his frozen heart, and the way to reverse that is by creating the opposite feeling in the victim, or in using that opposite feeling to free them.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you hear like the ghost of probably Christmas past in the back of your head. A true act of goodwill will always spark another.
Sweet.
That's sweet.
Hey, Jingle.
What can I do for you, Squirts?
Ooh, we're gonna try and do something good for all these elves. What's something that you as a collective have always wanted?
Let's see. Well, most of the elves, the things that makes us happiest is knowing that we're making other people happy. That's kind of what we do. All year round. Sure, it's fun to have our little party at the end of the year and blow off a little steam, but there's, I think, nothing in the world that makes any Christmas elf happier than knowing that we're bringing joy to the children of the world.
Can you put in a good word with Mrs. Claus for me? That make me real happy.
Who are you?
Okay.
This is Sir Tristan. Ignore him.
So you know that Sir Trunkiston, your creator is probably somewhere else in the crowd, but Jingle didn't make you.
He's been on the island the longest. So anyways, the island of misfits. How about if I play like happy music? Like I could turn my radio on and like play some happy music, like Christmas music.
The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. That's a brilliant idea.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry. Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas" starts blaring from my car radio.
Incredible. Okay, so you crack open each of your doors and blast your radio as loud as you can, and I don't wanna lie. Like it just starts
Yes.
playing really loud, and Jingle's singing along, and you watch as the intro builds louder and louder, and I wanna laugh for grit, and like all of the like elves start to like dance along, and you watch as their ice begins to crack and melt away, and the elves are set free.
Mariah Carey saves the day.
Once again, just like
Everybody
always. Yeah, donuts in the parking lot. So yeah, you do happy circles, little zoomies, and it seems like all of the elves, for the time being, have been set free from their previous icy prisons. Congratulations, you did it!
Yes, I saved you. You saved you guys. You saw that? You saw that? We're good.
And no thanks from Santa.
For real.
Yeah, what did he do?
Jingle, you're the real hero here.
Hey, thanks.
How do you feel about Santa, Jingle?
I don't know, he's a good boss. I get lots of cookies and I get to make toys, so I'm pretty happy.
It's not gonna be no help.
You're comfortable with this being, like him being on top of all of y'all?
I don't like making decisions.
Oh boy.
Although I was very disappointed every time that, I would make a toy like one of you guys and I wouldn't, get to see them to the happy homes of a child who would love them.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking too. You never know when someone needs a new
Yeah.
spread fired onto their toast.
Sure.
Yeah, see, he's stifling your creativity.
He's blocking you in. I don't like being boxed in.
Sending us to a dark place.
Yeah.
It's sad and
I
gloomy.
gotta spread my.
Well,
Cold.
the children write letters and toys go in and out of fashion. It's not really something we
I
can
never
control.
got to go in.
I know.
I went to hell.
Well-
I went to hell, Jingle.
You don't know what it's like there, Jingle.
I'm really sorry that happened to you. I really didn't. When I made you, I didn't think that was gonna happen. I just thought
I
that
know
it would
you
be
made
fun.
me
I
with-
didn't consider the consequences of my actions.
no,
And then she goes into like
Jingle, you
an
made us
extra-
with love. You made us with love, Jingle.
You watch like the frost like just barely, but then as you're like trying to convince her back, it like goes back away, and she's like, okay, yeah, I was doing the right thing. I was doing the right thing.
It was Santa's choice to get rid of us all. He never gave us a chance with the children.
Yeah.
Just following orders. We get it.
Well-
We're made for the weirdos, Jingle.
Yes.
The weirdos.
And there's only one way to fix this, Jingle.
What is it?
Santa has to go.
What? Are you sure? What if maybe we just gave you guys a second chance and we sent you off to some homes to see?
But what's gonna stop him from doing that to other ones?
But not Mrs. Claus, right? sir?
No, Miss Claus, she stays.
Okay.
A
Don't even bring
reorganization
her up.
of power. Ooh, maybe an elven oligarchy.
Huh. Well,
Be in charge.
I'd have to take it up with the rest of the elf council, but maybe it's something we could consider implementing in the next 6,
Okay.
7, 8,000 years, you know?
You gotta act
tonight,
now,
tonight.
Jingle.
Now?
Now.
This is a lot of
Well, he's
pressure. Okay, roll me. I've let this go on long enough. Let's do a roll. So this has been your goal the whole time, to overthrow this guy, right? So, okay, this is 2d6, definitely naughty.
It's a 2 and a 5.
Hey, you get a question though.
What is
Nice.
Santa's weakness?
Oh, good lord.
Knock-on milk, like a knock-on milk.
Santa's weakness. Let's see.
Sugar-free cookies.
The existence of Santa Claus persists on on children's belief in him. You hear from a slightly older sounding feminine voice in the back of your head.
All right.
Jingle.
And as you're saying all this, it's beginning to land with her. She really, really carries the spirit of generosity and kindness in her heart. But you can see you're starting to chip away at the secret oddness that she keeps hidden in the very, very dark recesses of her elven soul.
Nice. I like that.
She's like, I don't know, guys. Like, I'm just one elf, and you guys are really cute, and I like you, but I don't know.
But you're just one elf with lots of good ideas. I think all the elves have good ideas.
Lots of good ideas.
You think so?
Yeah, that island is full of toys.
Yeah.
Right?
And listen, if targeted Instagram ads have taught me anything, people will buy goddamn anything.
Anything.
So make whatever you want, Jingle.
Called out.
Put it on the TikTok shop.
Yeah.
A wish? Yeah.
Well, you said there's other. How many other toys are on the island of Misfit
So
Toys?
many.
Thousands.
Thousands.
Lots.
We didn't think it was that many.
It's an isolated community of misery and isolation.
You said isolation 2 times.
Misery and isolation and isolation and misery.
Oh dear.
Hunger.
Well,
So hungry.
I think at this point,
Rest.
Mr. Claus had gone to go and join Ms. Claus in the workshop and try to work out something to do. So you guys are alone out here with the elves, which you've freed. And some of the other elves are beginning to listen in, and they're like, hey, yeah, maybe these guys have a little bit of a point.
You want leverage, elves? I have an idea.
I turn my speakers into like a sound system.
Awesome.
So stand on top of the car. Or,
Friends, elves, countrymen.
Too long, one person that ran the whole thing. And when that one person gets defeated, look what happens. The whole thing comes crashing down. Too much power has been concentrated in one figure. We should all have the power.
Yeah. All we gotta do is threaten his belief. Ooh, well, the way we do that is when you all listen. Christmas can't die this year, but those kids have gotta get their presents. They're good children.
Yes.
But maybe you slip a card in from every elf saying Santa Claus isn't as real as you think he is, child. They'll believe it from
Mom
you.
and Dad. Oh, I know. But right, Mom and Dad, they cross it out and
Mom
put
and
Santa. Yeah.
Santa's power.
This sounds really devious. And all the rest of the elves, yeah!
I knew I liked you all.
But, we've still got one problem, though. We've got just a big wet pile of mush on the back of Santa's sleigh. We don't have any toys at all left over.
We gotta get making, right? How fast can you all work?
And then Jingle looks at the 3 of you, and she says, wait a minute. I got a better idea.
Damn right,
This is gonna be
Jingle.
great.
And she says, elves, load up the sleigh. And they all begin scampering about to try to find all of the reindeer and get them all.
No reindeer. I can pull it.
Oh, you want?
I can totally pull it.
Just you
I
by-
can deliver it myself.
How about we put you in the lead?
You're like 1/16 scale.
All right.
Yeah. And I'm red too, so I even think
Yeah, sure. We don't need that guy.
red is not a good light for seeing. That's what I say. Okay.
Rusty,
The lowest
go
visibility
switch
of
on
all the
your
spectrum.
brights.
Anyways.
And you watch as they scramble about and they get all of the sleigh re-prepared. The reindeer are anxiously pawing at the floor oh man, what's
these
gonna happen?
patches.
Looking around for pixies. They all look
I'm
very...
pacing back and forth, trying to give them a pep talk.
Yeah, all right, man.
We going to battle tonight?
Okay, Dasher. Dancer, Prancer.
We will not go quietly into the Christmas Eve.
We will
We'll
not.
not go without a fight.
Yes.
And it comes around now to about 10:30, maybe 11 o'clock. And she says, and she turns and she looks to you, Rusty, and she says, Rusty,
Yes.
do you think you could guide all of these friends of mine back to your little island.
Oh, yes! Heck yeah!
Let's
Vroom, 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 vroom.
And she jumps into the driver's seat of the sleigh and cracks the reins, and you guys take off like a shot, even faster than you usually would. You two sitting in the back of the sleigh are like holding on for dear life.
I like to think that when it takes off, the car just like hangs down because I can't fly.
But you're real excited.
I'm like, oh, we're doing it, guys. We're doing it. We're doing it.
You're like in Dasher's mouth.
Yeah, he's holding it.
I'm just spinning my wheels. Like,
Yeah. It's so
Rudolph
good.
eaten by the snow pixies.
There are not nary a snow pixie in sight. You guys take off like a shot into this Christmas Eve night. And back towards the island you fly, and you take a grand landing as you come down from the sky. And you perhaps a bit bumpily try to, because you are it's the first time you've led a team of 8 reindeer. But you do your darndest.
and we know our ins and outs. That's one of our, one of our benefits. So,
Yeah.
Yep. So I know exactly where to take them.
You know them, you know them really well, and you know the path to and from the island, although you may not have been able to take that path many times. You know how to get there.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys land, and all of the toys, I think at first, all around you look perhaps a bit affrighted by this sleigh. They weren't expecting to see anyone coming by the island tonight. And as they hear the bells in the air, the excitement grows, and you can see as they begin to chatter with each other excitedly, and like, what's this gonna be? What's gonna happen? And Jingle steps down, and she says, "Toys! Load up, it's time to take off. You guys are finally gonna be found. You guys are gonna go someplace that I know you're gonna be truly happy forever. No one's ever coming back to this island again."
Yeah.
And all of these sentient toys begin clambering up over the sides of the sleigh.
I like
and
to think they are horrified.
Yeah. Mickey, Christmas, like just the worst toys, and like bullet hole ducks and dead rats. Yeah.
All the rejects.
Yeah, you get the sense maybe a couple of those Halloween Town friends did manage to make their way onto this island. It's like, why are there so many dead rats and just straight up dead rats in the group? I'm so confused. So uncalled for. Voodoo heads and like all kinds of weird. Like, why?
Too many fingers.
AI created. It's like extra heads sticking out.
Yeah, there's a turtle with like a skid mark on the back. Just roadkill. Like, why? But yeah, all of these toys. There's also, of course, there's a Charlie in the box, a cowboy who rides an ostrich, a bird that swims. There's a train with square wheels.
Yes.
There's all kinds of misfit toys. You clamber up into this sleigh, and they all look so excited to finally be fulfilling their destiny as toys to go to homes where they will be loved.
Hate these toys.
No, they're gonna love them.
We think
There's
in
an
character,
honestly.
they're gonna love them. They're alive.
If I had a gun that shot jelly, do you know how happy I
That is like a 7-year-old's dream.
Some of them would be awesome.
I'm gonna make so many horrible messes. My mom's gonna hate me. This is the best toy ever. Did you ever have like a marshmallow gun as a kid? I had one of those. It shot many marshmallows. It was very fun.
That sounds awesome.
Chaos.
Marshmallow gun stream soon.
Yeah, really fun. So yeah, you guys all watch as all of your friends clamber up into this sleigh. Jingle sits back into her seat at the driver's wheel, and as you guys all take off into the night, each of you are assigned to a very special home with a child who you think will probably just love you to absolute pieces. And we'll go down the line from Rusty. What kind of child do you think you probably would have been gifted to?
A child with ADHD for sure.
Yeah.
Who can keep up with me and doesn't let me go if I go too far and will absolutely chase after me. Yeah. So that's what
Yeah, absolutely. I think you find a child who just absolute boundless energy, will have no problem keeping up with you, and you don't even need batteries. So that family is also going to be really happy about that too.
Awesome.
Squirts, what do you think?
I think I end up with a kid who helps all in the kitchen all the time. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like, mixes the flour, sifts stuff, whatever.
Sure.
And so it's like whenever it needs that extra little something, I'm very available because my ingredients are variable. As long as it's a jelly, I can summon it up.
What about like dressing?
That's not a jelly.
It's not.
No, that's a dressing.
Okay.
Jelly. I am beholden to the rules of this world.
Jelly jam marmalade.
But when the parents get bored,
Yeah.
I can be KY.
Yeah, you hop jauntily down the chimney and place yourself inside the stocking of this child. And as you wait gleefully, just peeking out over the very edge, you can see the toys that Santa would have gone to pick up. The cookies are very elegantly decorated, sprinkled. Some of them do have like the little thumbprint with the jelly in the middle. And you know that you're just going to be right at home here.
I'm home.
And finally, Sir Trunkiston, we watch as you fly over every home all over the world, and there's just no place where you feel like this is quite where you're meant to be.
It's not.
And as the sleigh returns to the North Pole, you watch one little candle flickering in the bedroom of Mr. and Mrs. Claus.
Oh, shit.
And you see the chimney is smoking. And there probably would be, even just as a sweet little prank between the two of them, a stocking on either side of their little fireplace. And you get a mischievous feeling.
Wow.
And as Jingle looks down at you and she says, well, you did ask about giving a certain friend of mine a little visit earlier today, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Do you think you could be happy staying at the North Pole forever?
Oh, I did. That would be the best.
Well, good luck, bud. And she slaps one of the little... She slaps one of the little stickers that says Santa isn't real, you dumb kid, on your back. And she walks over and drops you down the chimney. And I think with your two big elephant ears, you float down gracefully. Mm-hmm. And you see a stocking that says Mrs. and a stocking that says Mr. hanging by the fireplace.
I crawl into the Mrs. one.
And hopefully that's the closest we ever get, but who knows, friends? Use your imagination.
Santa's sitting in the corner smoking a pipe.
You can watch the whole thing. Perfect.
And without further ado, I think, unless there's anything else that your characters would like to describe for the sake of the story, I think we can say that this Christmas Eve has been very successful for the lot of you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Do we know if the upheaval was successful? Do we end with the elven oligarchy?
Should we do a little cutscene?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little postmortem.
Okay. So it takes centuries of, I don't know, you guys decide. I don't know, you do it. No, you. I don't know. Should we do a democracy? Let's all vote. Okay, let's vote. And no one picks an actual decision on the ballot. Everyone just writes down a smiley face or a candy cane or a little cookie. No one actually participates in the system that they're trying to set up. It takes centuries for these people to pull it together. But eventually, we can see that there is a future. Riding on the tails of the Ghost of Christmas Future, we can watch as the living situation, the workshop itself begins to grow more and more equitable. The elves get a little bit more paid time off. not necessarily that they asked for it, but I think Santa comes to a point where he's like, okay, you guys seriously, like, stop it. Put the tools down, put them down, take a day, okay? Like, try, please. And they're like, okay, it's in your union contract, you have to do it. And so very begrudging elves taking their breaks when they're supposed to, and using perhaps that time to fulfill other creative needs, going and building snowmen, or going ice skating, or creating new cookie recipes, or what have you.
Doing something for themselves.
And you watch that none of these kind of oddball toys ever end up going off to that island. You watch as it grows snowier and snowier, and eventually becomes a winter wasteland where a certain frosty figure that we know before looks to be building himself a little icy palace of his own, where a home perhaps for any sort of frosty figures who feel like they don't quite belong in
Does it go
Santa's
bottom?
perfect kingdom.
I'm sorry, I deserve that.
In the middle of her sentence.
So sorry.
And yes, you watch as the system overall does become much more equitable for all of the elves and the reindeer and everyone who's living in the North Pole and beyond. And the holiday becomes much more merry
But
for
we don't
anyone
get
who
rid
should
of
choose
Santa?
to celebrate.
He just no longer has all power.
Santa's an immortal being. He's not going anywhere.
Dang it.
But he definitely has been given he's been given a bit of a reckoning that he has to deal with, and is trying to rectify the situation that he's created, and he's making a very genuine effort to
Which means he's real busy most of the year and not home a lot.
if that's what makes you happy.
It does, yes.
Okay.
You are a nice GM.
I win.
See, I knew it.
At least in your own imagination, I will
Yeah.
allow you to have
Yeah.
this silly picture.
It's just me and Mrs. Claus,
I
like
would
10
think-
hours a day.
I would think, if anything, she does think of you as very much a friendly companion. Like, whenever he is away, perhaps very much like the cat in a Bond film. You end up curled up on her lap or
yes.
in one arm, and
Nice.
you're very much like relegated to that kind of a position, but you guys do have a close
Yeah,
relationship.
no, I'm living the life.
Yeah. Couldn't be happier.
Yep.
My brain went more pool boy, but yeah, this makes sense.
I'll take anything.
Yeah, that's to use like, making love.
No, yeah.
Okay, I'm like, that's
Yeah, I don't know how things work.
Yeah.
And I do
Is
think
this sex?
this is probably what it is, right? This is as far as it goes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna conjure some mistletoe and she'll kiss me on the cheek every now and then. But yes, I do think you get kind of relegated to that position, and over time, perhaps you are able to find a certain level of comfort and happiness here. And I think we watch too as you two are passed down from child to child to child in this family, and well loved. Generation after generation. And so, yeah, thanks so much for joining us, you guys.
Christmas is saved.
Amazing. Well, thanks so much for joining us and the Chaos Crew, the Christmas Chaos Crew, if you will. I had fun. Seems like you guys had a blast. And I hope you guys did too.
I'll let everyone know I didn't abuse my gun as much as I thought I was going to. I did good.
Yeah,
Brooke
so
was worse than me.
yeah,
She was.
you gotta yes and the situation. You gotta escalate.
There's no option.
So whatever winter holiday you celebrate, I hope that it is merry and bright, and that you guys are able to find some semblance of joy in this very interesting season as our year comes to a close. And I hope that I will see each and every one of you in the new one that is to come.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye now. I'm feeling sloppy today. It's marmalade.